Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Flash. We are back from that pretty long hiatus from The Flash in both Arrow, which Arrow is tomorrow, and then Legends of Tomorrow Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All awesome deal. Well, actually Monday, Supergirl, Tuesday, Flash, Wednesday, Arrow, Thursday, Legends Tomorrow. Awesome week in general. But let's start talking about this Flash mid-season premiere. Was it a good return? So with this episode, it's very Patty-centric. It's about will Barry tell Patty that he is the Flash. And the main villain of this episode is the Turtle, who can make time go slower. Even the Flash, which I thought was very interesting. And in the end, we learn that Patty won't be sticking around. She is going to move, and she's kind of done with the relationship with Barry before Barry could tell her that he is the Flash and what's been going on there. Other side stories, of course, Harrison Wells trying to get his daughter back, and we're seeing little by little, just like the regular Harrison Wells, what his plan is and the extent he will take to go save his daughter, which will hopefully unravel itself a little earlier, or, you know, soon. Other things happening here is that Wally, we get to see a little bit of him and what his character is all about, and he's a bit angry at Joe for not being there in his life, and now they're starting to try to start over, but I felt like Wally was very much like the New 52 version, and I hope we get to see a little bit of the pre-New 52 version of his character, a little less angry and more fun, but obviously I think all the things that he did in this episode were reasonable because obviously, he didn't have his father in his life. So hopefully, the character builds to a Wally that we know as the sidekick of, or even just a regular Flash. So we'll see how that works out. Last story point is that Caitlin finds out that Jay is sick because he does not have his speed. So this gives them even more motivation to try to defeat Zoom. And the last big cliffhanger here is that we have Reverse Flash. Somehow. So what did I think of the episode? Honestly, I think this was the weakest episode of the season. It was a very slow episode, pun totally intended because of the villain. But let's start talking about the villain. The villain wasn't too bad, but he was just kind of generic. He was, alright, he was the villain of the week, kind of cool powers, cool to see what Barry does with the power. But again, it's mostly Patty-centric, the episode. And I don't think they built up Patty enough for the breakup to be that interesting. So in the end, I'm like, alright, cool, fine. You know, I wasn't totally shocked. I wasn't totally happy. It just was there. I guess I was upset because they built it up so much in the episode, and then in the end, she's like, alright, I'm gone. Bye, we tried this. I'm sure maybe Patty will be in the future after she becomes a lot more like her comic book character, being a scientist like Barry is in the police, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I just felt very underwhelmed throughout the whole episode. I was just like, when's this gonna pick up? And it never really does throughout the episode. And I kind of had a feeling this would happen with this episode, because usually with both Flash and Arrow, their return episodes aren't great, and usually the weakest of the season. With Arrow, I think they have more playing with it, like, oh, the fate of Felicity. Here, there wasn't as much cliffhangers that they really had to deal with in this episode. And then once again, characters sidelined. Iris. Iris could have totally been used in this episode more with Wally, wasn't really used. Caitlin. Caitlin was just there for Jay. Totally could have been used more, which we know she will be with some promo stuff we've seen with Earth 2. Even Cisco wasn't really used in this episode that much. So, again, lackluster episode. The ending kind of felt random with Reverse Flash. I'm like, oh, where did he come from? It didn't feel shocking like it usually does. I would like to see more Jessie Quick, of course, because Harrison Wells is mentioning her a bit. Hopefully we get to see her and his story continue a little bit quicker. So yeah, I was very underwhelmed and disappointed with this episode, but again, things that I liked here was probably the villain's power. I think that was the best part of the episode, but everything else kind of fell flat here. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about this episode of Flash. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter, and don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later.